Tonight, we have learned that at least one of the Paris terrorists may have posed as a refugee to get into Europe. And now there is growing concern about a federal push to place hundreds of Syrian refugees in Florida. Today, Governor Scott came out strongly against that plan. News Channel 8's Peter Bernard is joining us live tonight. And Peter, I know you spoke with some Bay Area Muslims about this.
I did. Good evening, Keith. So far this fiscal year, 104 Syrian refugees have settled here in Florida, and there are plans in the works for 425 more to make their home here in the Sunshine State. But all those plans could come to a grinding halt. President Obama is pledging to accept 10,000 Syrian refugees in the year ahead, with some of them coming to Florida and the Bay Area.
And I'm hoping that nobody listens to the rhetoric that's going on now.
Magna Sella is the president of a charity that helps Islamic and Arabic-speaking refugees. She tells me talk of keeping Syrians out doesn't make sense.
So they're not a majority in any sense of the word, and they are vetted by USCIS, and they go through a level 2 FBI background screening before they're allowed in. So I don't think that there's a chance that anybody who would come here would be a risk to the country.
Governor Rick Scott wrote federal legislators saying our state agency, which is the Department of Children and Families, will not support the requests that have been received. He wants Congress to prevent the president from using any federal tax dollars to fund the relocation of up to 425 Syrian refugees. He wants them kept out without extensive examination. The governor is getting some support.
Based on what we see now, the Obama administration is not prudent. They're not vigilant. They're taking a risk, I believe, that's unnecessary. And we ought to be cautious and careful in Florida and say no thanks.
Syrian-American Sela Mubarak tells me nations, including the U.S., need to help.
For those refugees, we know them and we worked with them. Most of them are very, very non-violent people who just want to have a decent living.
Florida is not alone in its stance against allowing Syrian refugees to enter the U.S. So far, 26 states are joining in and saying, no way. Keith?
Bernard reporting live in Tampa tonight. Thank you, Peter.